Welcome back to Mirror Readings. I'm your host, Molly, and today we're talking about gene key number 4. So gene key 4 has the shadow of intolerance, the gift of understanding, and the Siddhi or transcendence point of forgiveness. Spoiler alert, forgiveness is the key to eternal happiness, but we'll get to that in a minute. Some people hate when I say that, but I'm sorry. I'm just the messenger. It's the truth. That shadow of intolerance is powered by a distortion of logic. It's the ultimate misuse of the mind. Our minds are much better suited for imagination. Logic can actually be used to justify anything. And what happens in that shadow frequency of intolerance is that a whole identity, a whole mental framework and life philosophy gets constructed around judgments, resentments, opinions, and they're so justified by logic. And there's a restlessness that underlies this shadow state. That restlessness will make us overly critical in a reactive state and totally apathetic in a repressed state. But they're just two sides of the same coin of the attitude of intolerance. So there's freedom to be found in just accepting the fact that logic is not the be-all, end-all of how we make sense of things. In fact, we have to bypass logic to truly get the best out of the human experience. So by accepting the disappointment that we can't figure everything out in our minds, we can move to the gift of understanding. But it starts with embracing that disappointment. According to my meditation teacher, who is a spiritual gangster, until we get to paradox, we're nowhere near the truth of the human experience. But once we start to notice paradox appearing more and we stop trying to make sense of it, to pay attention, because he says that's where we're really getting to the rub of the human experience and understanding how to get the best of it, which inherently involves integrating duality. So number one, a thunderstorm started outside while I was filming this video and talking about how forgiveness, the Siddhi, is like the thunderbolt that comes through when a being attains Christ consciousness. And there is a dog that is barking next door that I'm sitting here and realizing oh, I have to forgive my annoying neighbor and their loud ass dog that I'm sure you can hear right now. I'm sure you can hear, but the universe seems to be forcing me to finish this video and talk about the Siddhi of forgiveness while this fucking dog is flipping out next door. So here we go. The fourth Siddhi is described in the Big Gene Keys book as merciless forgiveness. Why? Because when we stop trying to make sense of anything, all is forgiven. To forgive, which, as I said earlier, is the key to eternal happiness. I'm experiencing it right now. But it's to free ourselves of any emotional burden and stop the wheel of karma. So think of karma as a cosmic algorithm that's serving up the lessons our soul needs to evolve automatically. But once we forgive, we start to step off the wheel of karma. First, we slow it with forgiveness, and ultimately, we step off of it because we've developed enough self-awareness that we can upgrade our algorithm to be that of Dharma. And that's where we're choosing our own lessons. I'm sure hardcore students of Indian philosophy will fight me on these interpretations of Dharma and karma. These are my interpretations that I've grokked over many years of study and practice. But essentially, I forgive you, dog. Right now, I am stopping the wheel of karma between me and my neighbor's dog and choosing the lesson that I'm integrating right now, which is that all of life is a mirror. That's why this channel is called Mirror Readings. And if I'm talking about forgiveness, there's one thing you can definitely say about the universe, which is that it has a sense of humor. I'm going to be presented with a reflection of something that has to be forgiven. And so, again, to access that upgrade of the cosmic algorithm and move from karma to dharma, where we choose our own lessons, requires a level of self-awareness, an expansion of our consciousness that, makes it so we can actually pull that off, right? And still get what we need from the life experience for our soul's evolution. I'm getting through this. I forgive you, dog. Anyway, this shift from karma to dharma results in a much more pleasant life experience, and forgiveness is the mechanism that allows us to step out of the drama, choose our own lessons, and have a much better experience of life. By the way, it's not to say that once we get out of the wheel of karma through forgiveness, that life becomes really easy, nothing bad ever happens. Being human is extremely challenging. And I'm lucky that what I'm dealing with today is loud ass dogs next door. All right? I forgive you. Again, I just say to myself over and over again, I forgive and release you. I forgive and release you. I forgive and release you. And at least my attitude is pointed towards the Siddhi frequency, which is again the level of ascension. That's like enlightened masters embody the Siddhic states. So that's it for Gene Key 4. Thank you for tuning in. And if you'd like to get a reading from me, please visit me at mirrorreadings.com to see my offerings, and email me mirrorreadings@gmail.com to book an appointment. Thank you so much. All subscribers get 15% off readings, and we'll see you next time. Dogs or no dogs.